Hello and welcome back to the Euro 2020 show, guys. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. We are in the quarterfinals of the Euro. So much exciting action, right, James? And we've got a fantastic lineup of guests as well joining us in the studio.
We have with us today another Singapore legend, and here's a guy we haven't seen on our shores in a little while. The legend Abbas Saad will be joining us to talk about the round of 16, the quarterfinals, and a hat-trick in the Malaysia Cup final.
That's right, and joining Abbas, we also have Khairul Anwar from the Singapore CP Lions joining us over Zoom to speak about his fantasy football.
We'll be giving away 2 jerseys as well. Right here on the show, we'll be doing the draw for the Gareth Bale signed jersey for those of you that entered in the competition, so stay tuned to see who won.
And we're also giving away a LUKA MODRIC Real Madrid signed jersey. James, I want to win this one. What a legend, even though Croatia is out. Anyone wants to win this.
I don't think that's allowed, but okay.
Let's go, guys!
Hey, we're back. So, episode 6, and we have another Singapore legend with us today to talk about the round of 16 action and the quarterfinals coming ahead. None other than Abbas Saad. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So, you're back in Singapore.
Yes, Singapore is like a second home for me. I'm back here. I'm doing my diploma of my pro license, coaching license, and looking forward to good things from now until the end of the season.
And you're coaching down at OTH at the moment.
I am.
Back
I
in
am.
the SPL.
Yeah, I am. I'm attached to Geylang International, so I'm enjoying my time there, the attachment with Geylang. So I got to thank them and the FA for bringing me back here and giving me the chance to complete the pro license.
Brilliant. So, when we told people you were coming on the show, a lot of excitement. And I have to say, from the very first episode, everyone was like, hey, if you're getting guests, you know, Abbas is back in Singapore. I was getting a message like this every single day. And one of our diehard fans, Ridwan, he's one of your biggest fans, and he wants to know about this game here. So we have to ask you. He wanted to know, when you scored that hat-trick, what was the feeling? What was that moment like?
Well, it was a special feeling. Probably one of the proudest moments, I think, of my career. It was tough, obviously. Played for Singapore for many years. I had been to 2 Malaysia Cups before that and I'd lost. This is the third time lucky for me. And to share it with 2 of my closest friends in Malik, who's in the picture here. Fundi's probably not in the picture, and Fundi Ahmad. Yeah, just the team. It was a special year, that 1914. There's Fundi. It was a proud moment, great moment for me as a player. The crowd, I think, was about 80 or 90,000 people, probably about 90% of them were Singapore fans. It was just brilliant. The whole game just went to plan. We really played probably our best game on that night. We didn't do that in the previous 2 finals, and you get showed up on the big occasions. You've got to turn up, and the whole team turned up. It was a really, really proud moment.
So as you said, here's
yeah.
He'll thank us for this.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I looked at this and I said, what's Cristiano Ronaldo doing here holding this trophy? I mean,
yeah. I think my oldest son looks pretty much closer to Cristiano Ronaldo than me. Definitely, yeah. I was youthful myself there, and Fundi, big smile on Fundi's face. Great to have hair in those days.
Not doing bad. Anyway, back to the football, right? Round of 16. Eventful, let's say that. Just like at the last Euros, the round of 16, after all those group games where, you know, the third best team gets through, so there's not a lot of fear. I mean, a couple of the teams that have even now got to the quarterfinals had only even won 1 group game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? You said 3 out of the 4 finished third.
3 out of the 4 third place teams.
Switzerland, Czech Republic and Ukraine
are now in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and it just shows you, look, some teams I think peaked a bit early on, and they did well, and you take your foot off your brakes, you're going to get beaten. I mean, these are all, you know, legitimate teams. They're very, very good teams. On the day, we spoke about the big moments, and those teams have just shown up. And look, who's to say they can't go any further? I mean, I'm not going to say that. There's been a lot of good games.
We'll see your predictions later.
Yeah,
we'll see your
but
I do have to shame some of our pundits here right now. We said last week who's going to win the round of 16. The green are the right answers. And I got to say, Sassi, Nasri, Alex, you got 3 out of 8 right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with those 3.
I do have to say the winner over here,
yeah, there he
5
goes
out of
again.
8, mainly because of England. And second place was actually Lionel. Lionel
bad.
got 4.
Well
A good shout here, the only person to get Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ash, well, good call on that one. So, and everyone got the Netherlands wrong. And everyone got the France wrong. So
I think the whole world got the France result wrong. Maybe the Netherlands not too bad, but France definitely big upset.
Yep.
So we've already seen what this tournament can do, right? So now we look at the quarterfinal games that are coming up, starting from tonight. 2 games each night. Which one really catches your eye out of these games?
Oh, it has to be Belgium and Italy. I think that's going to be the big game. Czech, Denmark, anybody can win that game. Switzerland, Spain will be interesting. I think the Spanish are playing their best football at the moment. But it's Belgium, Italy. I think they're the 2 powerhouse at the moment. The winner there could go all the way and win this tournament.
So Ash,
Yes.
we've got to talk about Spain. But first let's talk about Switzerland getting rid of
He was waiting
the
to
French.
say that. I know that. I know. What a game, I have to say. The French, I mean, a huge upset as well for me, Abbas. I mean, watching the penalties as well, Mbappe missing, that was a huge headline. What do you think? Was he under a lot of stress? What was going on there?
Well, obviously pressure is going to get to you when you're valued probably about $300 million and, you're one of the best players in the world. You had a wonderful World Cup. He probably carried him on their back in that World Cup. And he hasn't scored a goal in the whole tournament, which is amazing. With all the flair in this French team. Pogba, for me, is probably the best performed player for France in the tournament. But Mbappe, just the pressure. He missed a few chances. And trust me, as a striker, when you miss a few chances, easy chances, the pressure just loads up and loads up more. And you could see that with Mbappe. I really feel sorry for him. Look, he's young. He'll bounce back from this. He'll be a better player, I think, after this tournament.
But it looked like they'd got away with it until about the 85th minute or so. They played quite well. They were doing quite well from the second half onwards. There was a 4-minute spell. Switzerland were 1-0 up. They missed a penalty. And then within that 4 minutes from missing the penalty, Benzema scores twice, and suddenly it looks like
that was a
France.
turnaround, wasn't it? That missed penalty there. But you got to give credit. I mean, we are talking about France, but let's give credit to the opposition. And Switzerland, they were superb. They were fearless. They just went in the game. They took the game to France, which not many teams do. They'll sit back and absorb. But these guys, I mean, Xhaka, I've never seen Xhaka play so well. I mean, Shaqiri, I mean, he's hardly played any games for Liverpool, and he was superb. But Haris Seferovic and Mbola up front, I thought they were magnificent. And let's not forget Sommer there, the goalkeeper. He's probably been the goalkeeper of the tournament so far. He's made some great saves. So looking at Switzerland, anything is possible. I'm not gonna say that could be out next game, but they've been superb until today.
There's been a lot of rifts as well. The French media are saying within the French team, and Mbappe, of course, not just being the only player they're talking about, Benzema as well, and Rabiot. I mean, is there what's going on right now in the French team?
Well, obviously it started, I think, before the tournament. I think Giroud and Mbappe had a bit of indifference, I think, in one of the warm-up games, and then families have been getting caught up if it's true what the media
arguing in the stands,
which is absolutely ridiculous. They're talking about his arrogance. Look, he's a young man. I'm not gonna have a go at any professional footballer.
Thank you, Abbas.
I've been there, done that, and there's a lot of innuendos, a lot of bad things can be said, and a lot of it's not true. But he's a wonderful player. I just want him to rebound. I think he's going to be great. He will rebound stronger. He will learn from this tournament. And let's hope the French team stick together. They're a good young team. There's not many older players. I think apart from Lloris, probably the only one, but you want Lloris. Lloris is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
To get you through to the World Cup at least.
Yeah,
You've only got
another
1 year.
As you said, there's only 1 year. I think France will be okay for the World Cup.
So just I saw this online and it just made me laugh. For those of you that don't speak French, it's the what would be your last wish for the condemned man, and his answer is, I'd like Mbappe to be the one shooting. So the French at least have a sense of humor about their situation at the moment.
Very dark humor though.
But let's forget about France then. Switzerland are through, and you're Spain.
My Spain.
I think we've established in this tournament that France, Spain, and Italy are yours.
I don't know if they're going to actually make it past.
Is it because of the good-looking men in the team, or is it because of the great? No, but they look Spain, and Italy, and France. They had to be one of the favourites coming in there.
Absolutely.
I think the Swiss will do well. The Spanish team, I think they're starting to hit it at the right time. The first two games were pretty boring for Spanish standard. I know the tiki-taka is back. You could see it against Croatia. I thought the first 15, 20 minutes, it's the best any team has played at the tournament against Croatia. We're talking about a good Croatian team.
And yet they ended up behind
after
those 20 minutes because of what is apparently now the second longest goal in European Championships history after Patrick Schick.
Yeah, and it was...
And an own goal.
It was attributed to actually Pedri, right?
She's
so it wasn't
upset about
Unai
that.
Simon.
Yeah, and young Pedri's been unbelievable. How good is he?
She put him in her fantasy team,
he's
and then she was messaging me, it's an own goal, it's the goalkeeper, it's not him.
I'm going to back you up. There's no way that's Pedri's own goal. I mean, the keeper had 50 metres to see the ball coming to him. It touched his leg. And it went in there.
Well, if it's his own goal, then it's not the second longest goal in European Championship history, but it may be the worst at that point.
Oh, for sure.
But as you say, what's interesting, after 2 games, if you had said which of these teams left in the tournament is going to score 10 goals in their next 2 games, I don't think many people would have said Spain. But that's it, 10 goals now.
Well, you look at the players, you look at the technical players that they got. Now, we spoke about tiki-taka, Morata. He should be on 10 goals for the last 4 games, but credit to him and credit to Luis Enrique for keeping faith in him. You know, that's what it is about striker. He just needs a goal, open things up. He missed an easy chance. If you remember the first 5 minutes, the header, and there was a one-on-one. They could have folded, but they just kept going, playing their football. They played beautiful football. We spoke about Busquets and Pedri. I think him, Morata and Sarabia have been excellent actually going forward. It's a good Spanish team. If anybody's going to beat Italy or going to beat England in the final, Spain is the team.
But it looked for a while here, again, similar to the other game, 3-1, and you started to go 3-3, it's happening again. But then in extra time, Spain just had a little bit too much.
Yeah, look, it's just, I think that little bit of go forward. I think the technical players going forward, the goal scorers, they had the players who can score goals from anywhere, and they showed it. The Spanish team, they're sharing the goals around. Look, credit Croatia. Croatia's an aging team. Without, I think Perisic, I think he didn't play. They were always going to be, it was going to be a battle for them. But this is a very, very good young Spanish team, and they could go all the way.
Yeah. So, having said all that, Switzerland and Spain.
Oh, Spain for me. I'm not gonna go against that performance that I saw against Croatia. If they can emulate that performance, I think Spain will be in the semi-finals.
Okay. Belgium against Italy. You just said it's the tired round, but let's start again with how they got there. What did you make of this Belgium performance against Portugal?
Yeah, they've been consistent. They've been great, and don't forget they played without De Bruyne. I think the first game, and he wasn't fully fit without Hazard in the first games. You look at it, when you got somebody like Lukaku, and he's brought his form, I think, from the Serie A into this tournament. He's been great. He's been taking his chances. They've got good technical players, Tielemans, De Bruyne. At the back is the only problem. For me, it's the aging back three. You got Vertonghen, Vermaelen and Alderweireld. Not the quickest players. I know they're experienced, but when they come against maybe the younger players of
it's the movement more than the speed. With Italy, it's more the movement.
It is, and for me, the Italians have been absolutely superb. From the first game I watched them, they've been my outsiders. I'll be honest with you. I've tipped Belgium and England from before the tournament to go all the way to the final. But I think Italy at the moment has to be the favourites out of the two.
Do you worry that Italy haven't played anyone yet? I mean, Austria was the first real competition, and they made a bit of a meal of it.
Not
for a while.
really. It's the first time in a lifetime for me that I love watching Italian football because they've always been a boring sort of team to watch. But they've been exciting. They're playing a lot of passion. The teamwork that they got. It's just wonderful to see Italy play so well. But this Belgian team, they're so talented. I mean, they got talent everywhere across the park. This is Hazard's brother, Torgan Hazard. He's been great.
Is that Hazard's brother, right?
Exactly. Well, Hazard's brother. Well, Eden Hazard's been one of the best players in the world, but he's doing so well, and I'm happy for him also. Look, this could be a shootout. This could go all the way to penalties. It could. It really could. But I'm just slight favourite for me. I'm going to go for Italy in this match.
With or without De Bruyne for Belgium?
Yeah, look, De Bruyne, I don't know how fit he's going to be. We know that Eden Hazard with his hamstring is definitely out. And without De Bruyne, well, you could say I'm 100% sure that, or pretty sure that Italy can beat him. With De Bruyne in the team, anything is possible. For me, Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder in world football. He has been for the last 3-4 years, and he's one of the best players in the world. So he can maybe, give them that little bit of lift in that game, but I just feel that Italians got a little bit too much going forward.
Now moving on to the other photo that made its rounds on social media, that of Ronaldo throwing his captain's armband after the game. It appears, of course, in frustration, and of course the Portuguese media were really just going after him. I saw a video of him, which we're going to show after this, of them yelling at him. They were really angry. So Abbas, what do you make of this? I mean, he's such an experienced player already. He's achieved so much as a player on the world stage. Do you think?
You've got to love his passion,
Yeah.
don't you, Ash? I mean, this guy's done everything, and at his age, and he's still doing it.
Yeah.
He's got 5 goals, I think, for the tournament.
It
He's
could
a
still
top
be
goal
Golden
scorer.
Boot, yeah.
He could be the Golden Boot. I know there's been a few penalties, but his efforts, I mean, it's second to none. I mean, it's kudos to him. I mean, he's still one of the best players in world football at his age. You can see the frustrations, his passion. He wants to win.
Yeah.
He's a winner, full stop. And you can't hate a winner. And you can't hate Ronaldo with everything he's done.
What do you think they said here? This is the picture that's been making his rounds.
Obviously, respect. It's
Yeah.
respect. You got to respect. I think every footballer in world football respects Ronaldo, what he does, the way, the way he carries himself on and off the park. It just emulates what kind of a person he is and what kind of footballer he is. I feel sorry for him in a way.
I thought he might have been whispering Serie A, Euro 2020. And then you don't. Okay, fair
You
enough.
never know where he's going to go.
So, the Italian team made hard work of Austria, right?
Absolutely. I mean, on social media, loads of girls actually are really enjoying watching the Italian side, I have to admit. But for other footballing reasons,
Your
I had to
fan
add.
base is very different
Yeah,
than mine.
I know, so I had to add that actually I've been following Italy. As you guys can see, I'm wearing the Italian squad today because they were one of my picks to actually go
Good.
through as well. As Abbas said earlier, they have been quite defensive, in recent, tournaments. And now I'm seeing a bit of attacking flair, a bit of difference. And the Vialli as well as the Mancini link up is super nice. I mean, the coaches,
isn't it great? Isn't it great
Right?
to see Vialli, who's going through some personal problems, and Mancini's been superb. This is a very young team. When he picked some of these players, a lot of them from Sassuolo, from different clubs. It's
Yeah.
not from Juventus or Inter, AC Milan. He's brought him from all different, like Berardi has been superb, Immobile has been superb, Insigne.
Yeah.
You got Inzaghi coming off the bench. You got Belotti coming off the bench. These guys are all proven goal scorers. But look at the back line. It's the back line. Bonucci
Yeah.
and Chiellini. He's stuck with the two Warriors at the back. But it's the younger guys, Verratti in midfield, Locatelli,
Yeah.
and the list goes on. I'm a big fan of this guy. I watched his dad, Inzaghi, for many years, and he's just carrying on what his dad did for the Italian national team. So it's great to see him scoring goals.
I did enjoy this aspect of the Italian game. Someone picked up on the Italians. They have to be Italian, right? You have to be Italian. But you said earlier, definitely Italy for you?
Oh, look, with Hazard and De Bruyne not 100% fit, I'm definitely going to with Italy. Just they're being so consistent and they're just playing with such passion and teamwork. For me, when you look at teamwork, you've got to love what the Italians are doing at the moment, and they're playing good brand of football. Yeah, I'm going to go for Italy.
Italy?
I have not been the best predictor of games, so I'm actually going to go with Belgium for this one.
You're
Just
trying
to
to
be
jinx
safe.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay. Hedging bets. So we won't spend too much time on this one. It's maybe not the most attractive tie around, but two dark horses. Sassy, I'm going to keep reminding you, Sassy, you sat here after the first game and said Denmark's tournament is over. It's a long way from over right now. Czech Republic, third in their group.
Yeah.
Had a lot of trouble in qualifying when they got thrashed by England, and yet they're up here now.
Yeah,
doing a job.
Look, again, I spoke about teamwork. The Italians playing with teamwork. The Czechs, they're no big names. They're just playing. Obviously, we spoke about Patrick Schick, how well he's he's done, and he's doing a great job. But it's just the teamwork of the Czech Republic, their physicality, they're a big team, big strong team, and I think that's something that can cause problems for Denmark. Denmark's just playing on emotions, obviously the Eriksen incident, but they've got some good players. Damsgaard, they've got Poulsen up front, he's doing well. Look at Dolberg, who's come off the bench and scoring a couple of goals. So they're playing with a bit of confidence, a bit of pizzazz, but I just feel these guys, and they're big physical boys, they might just do the job. That could be, for me, the upset is Czech beating Denmark.
Ooh.
Netherlands.
Oh,
You
do
know,
we have to talk about the Netherlands?
You know, people that have been watching the show will know every single week we sit here and say, yeah, Netherlands won, but we're not quite sure about them. And Alex Sturridge stood here and said, they win, but they're not playing with any pace. He thinks they'll get found out.
And Alex is right.
they got
Alex
found
was
out.
spot on, because they really didn't play anybody, you know, of noted, big teams. Obviously, Delete, they miss him. He came into the last game. Look, I love him as a footballer. I think he's going to be a great footballer. He's still young, but he wasn't fit. You can see he was not fit. You look at Wijnaldum, he looked like three yards slower than we've seen him. He just looked really tired.
Even on the second goal, he got completely
you look
behind.
at even Memphis Depay, and he's going to Barcelona. If I was a Barcelona fan and I watched his last performance, I'd be pretty peed off, because he was just walking in that game. So yeah, the Netherlands, we all love the Netherlands, the way they've played their football. I mean, I love Dutch football, national teams, the way they play their game, but they just were very, very disappointing in that last game.
So, you're going for the Czechs, yeah?
Yeah, that's the only upset you could say for me. I'm going to go with the Czechs. As much as I love what Denmark has done after the Eriksen incident, but I just feel that physicality of the Czech Republic, they might just win them over.
See, I'm really on the fence on this one, because I've said before, I'm checking my heart, really. Ješi do toho, we're still there, but I just feel Denmark, I just feel this, you know, there's always one team that you feel their name is
I wouldn't be too disappointed. I'll be happy for Denmark to go through.
team,
Yeah, I
yeah.
would love to see Denmark do well.
Tenacity as well.
Who are you going for, Ash?
I'm going to go with Denmark as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then...
There we go. This is a game I know he was waiting to talk about for the entire show.
You know, 55 years since beating Germany in a knockout match at a major tournament, nearly as long as it took Tottenham to find a new manager. So two things solved this week, equally longevity, but England, they got there somehow. I mean, it was a game that really, up until the goals, could have gone either way, and even after that could have gone either way.
The best two chances fell to Werner, the one-on-one, Pickford. Well, for me, Pickford was man of the match. I thought he was superb for them, and this guy. And this guy's copped a lot of criticism. I'm so happy for Sterling in this tournament. He's really carried England going forward. His goals have been great. The teamwork has been good. You've got to love this England team. I think defensively they've been strong. I had a question mark on the goalkeeper, but he's come good.
He stepped up.
And if you're going to win a tournament, you need a strong defence and an outstanding goalkeeper. And at the moment, the three, obviously Maguire's given him a little bit more, punch at the back there. Stones and Walker was superb the last game. We spoke about the result. I don't think it was definitely wasn't a 2-0 game, because Germany, Muller, one-on-one. If you want your money, if you want to put money, you put it on Thomas Muller, one-on-one, and he missed. And then obviously Werner in the first half, they could have been 1-0 up, Germany, and it was just a turnaround. And great to see Grealish come on. I'm a big fan of Grealish. I want to see him start probably like every England fan. You want those kind of players on the park. I think Grealish, Sancho on the park, even Foden, big fan of Foden. But I thought Southgate got it absolutely right. Tactically, they were very, very good, and they could go all the way and win this tournament.
But interestingly, I mean, we've got a video here of the England fans celebrating. There's been so much kind of vitriol aimed at England since the Scotland game. You know, they beat Croatia, everyone, and then Scotland, and then Czech Republic, people still weren't convinced. But you look at how they celebrated here, you can see the scenes. But I do think that the way that the press has gone and the English fans turned a little bit has maybe created a bit of a siege mentality in the team, and we've got a clip here of the England players discussing Love Island. Strangely enough, Love Island, I mean, apparently it's the show they watch to relax. Great. there's definitely a team spirit building in that, and sometimes that mentality of everyone's against us and no one thinks we can win it.
Well, it's a relief
Sometimes it
too,
helps,
isn't it?
you know?
It does help, and you need that bond. You know, that chemistry within the squad is so important. We spoke about the chemistry in the French camp, which is definitely not, you know, it's not a winning mentality. But at the moment, that chemistry in the England team, it's a winning mentality. You can see they all get along really well. They're all celebrating together. But it's that mixture of young and old, which Southgate has brought in. And he's backed those younger guys, and those younger guys, look at Psycho. Psycho coming in from nowhere, and he's performed. So you've got to credit the manager. The manager's done a great job until now.
And you found this one, right?
Absolutely.
You like this story here, Ash?
So there's a very sweet story. What's big tournaments without family, right? Attending and watching your games, I'm sure you know, Abbas. So for Calvin Phillips, of course, his grandma, who passed away earlier this year due to COVID, of course, he loves her very much, and he actually showed a photo of his boots. And of course, her name is on it, Granny Val, there you have it. His family was there at the game. I'm sure that must have felt really special for him as well. He's also one of the, I guess, stars of this tournament. Maybe, of course, right?
He's been great. His
great,
performance has been superb. I mean, he's come from nowhere. I mean, he's playing for Leeds. He's not playing for Manchester United or you know, or Liverpool or Man City. And he, you know, that's the trust the managers put into him. And as a footballer, you want that. And he's been superb for England.
Yep.
So Germany, we called it the group of death. Well, as I say, the group of death are all dead now. Didn't matter which position you come out, first, second, third or fourth, they're already all home. And you talked about Muller, the missed chance. And well, Germany have had a pretty rough 2 years. They had the World Cup, getting knocked out the group stage for the first time ever. They got a hiding from Spain in the Nations League. Where do they go from here?
Restructure. They need new players.
New
not
manager,
with Neuer.
obviously,
New managers coming in. I think he's probably 2-3 years too long. They needed a fresh face as a manager, and they need fresh players. They need younger players coming in there. Obviously, Muller will probably retire. I think Hummels will probably step down. You know, Cruz, we already know he's already put his hand up and he wants to retire, which is sad for me because I thought he was superb. He can still play. But look, they got a lot of good young players. The Bundesliga's got some wonderful players running around, and they'll be okay. Now, you watch them in the next World Cup. You know, Germany will come good.
One person who's not happy, obviously, is Andy. He may have enjoyed the World Cup a few years ago, but it's all gone again now, Andy. Sorry. But just briefly on the Ukraine. Your prediction.
I'm going to go with England. It's coming home, James.
But you're not supporting the Ukraine after
it's
you...
It's fine, yeah.
No?
It was just
I
like
don't know about coming home, but maybe the next game. Let's just say
I'm saying it.
beat
I
Ukraine.
have my reasons.
The next game's in Rome, so one way or another they're
It's
coming.
Rome and then
Game by
home.
game.
It's Rome and then home, maybe.
Yeah,
But how good has the Ukraine been?
Yeah.
I mean, credit Andrei
Yeah,
Shevchenko. What a great job
What
he's
a
done.
great-
You look at young Zinchenko, who I watch at Man City, and he's been superb. You know, they've been great. They've been fearless. They've got nothing to, you know. They go out there and they just play their best football, and they've been credited. Superb performance by Ukraine. Yeah.
So I did actually say before the last game that the most English thing to do, and as a Spurs fan, you know, we talk about Spursy, but England would be to beat Germany and then lose to the Ukraine. It looks like my prophecy may be one step closer to becoming true, but I think everyone's going for England.
I think England will win this game and see themselves in the semi-finals for sure.
So here's the route through. So if you do get England, and we're a little bit divided on Czech, Denmark, we're all kind of going for Italy here. We're all going mostly for Spain here, except Sassy. So we're looking at Spain, Italy, England against either Czechs or Denmark in the semis. So who's your pick right now to win it?
For me, I'm going to stick with it. I mean, I picked Belgium and England to be in the final, and that was beforehand. But I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go with Italy and England to go all the way to the final. And the winner, I'm going to go with Italy. If Italy meets England in the final, I think they're probably the only team who can cause an upset, especially playing at Wembley. If the final is going to be at Wembley, if anybody's going to cause an upset at Wembley,
I
think an Italian team will be great.
Those players wouldn't be afraid to
so I'm going to go Italy, Spain, obviously England and Czech. That will be going to be my semi-final.
So one group of people that would be happy with that is Puma. You just did an interesting analysis on this to see who were the shirt makers, the manufacturers for all of the teams. And Nike came in with 9 teams, but I'm sure their marketing department did not have a good week. They lost France, Croatia, Portugal, and the Netherlands in this round. And we're left with the 2 Adidas teams, 3 out of the 4 Puma teams.
Yeah,
bad.
very
Still
good.
in there. And Joma and Hummel have managed to pick quite well. But Nike,
Go the
all their
Cats.
all the hopes are now on England. So here's what our pundits have said. Sassy, he's going for Switzerland, as I mentioned. There's Abbas with his Czech prediction here. Lionel, after losing to me last week, has decided that he's just going to copy me. So at least he can't lose to me.
How did he know what your
Thank
prediction
you,
was?
Lionel. Nasri always has 1 wild card in there.
It's not a wild card. It's Belgium, Italy. Yeah, it's not
he's
bad.
the one person picking Belgium.
Yeah.
Alex has also copied me because he knows which way the wind is
Ash
blowing.
is picking.
I did say
Czech.
Denmark though.
You just said Denmark, and now I see
You're just hedging
Czech.
your bets
Yeah,
now,
I'm
right?
just hedging my
Yeah.
bets. I
We'll
don't actually-
edit it.
I don't
in
actually
the
remember
recut.
what I said.
Stick to Czech. I think Czech might do it.
So you do have a chance to win if you go to our post right now on Facebook and Instagram. It's been up since this morning. Belgium versus Italy. Predict the last goal scorer before kickoff, and you can win a Belgium or Italy shirt. Great opportunity there for you to take part. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Abbas.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for having
Really
me.
appreciate this.
My
And we
pleasure.
are going to go back right now to OTH, and we're going to see our next skills challenger, number 6, take up the challenge. Here we go.
I'm most looking forward to is the penalties. Keeper.
Okay, and which Euro team is your pick and why?
The winner of the Euros this year will be Scotland because they play with heart, and that's why they're gonna win.
Which player stands out?
Billy Gilmore. He recently won the Champions League with Chelsea, and I really think he can bring it home for us.
Daniel, great stuff today. Which challenge was your favorite and why?
It was most evidently the one-on-one against the keeper, Lionel. That was for Scotland, and this is for us in the Euros. Thank you.
Fantastic stuff from the men's challenge at OTH. Of course, Daniel Crichton with that amazing rainbow flick. Fantastic stuff, guys. I mean, I really enjoyed that one when we saw it at the OTH, right? I was like, wow.
Lionel wasn't happy. You know, Lionel Lewis said to me, if we were still in my playing days, I tell you, I kick him. Nobody
great.
gets past me like that.
That's right. I mean, and looking at the table now, Daniel is tied 4th, I believe, on the table. So great stuff. Of course, Amiruddin still leads from Lion City Sailors. We still have 2 more players left. So we'll see who actually wins the OTH Skills Challenge. And speaking of challenge, you guys know that we always have giveaways on the show. And this week, even though Wales are out of the Euros, so we've got the signed Gareth Bale Wales jersey here in the studio. Stay tuned till the end of the show to find out who won. Oh, I'm so excited for this one, right, James?
And we've got the LUKA MODRIC jersey
That's
as well,
right,
still
yeah.
to give away. But right now, we have with us a very special player coming to us via Zoom. We have the guy who scored the first ever hat-trick in the new National Stadium, our CP Lions captain, Khairul. Thank you for joining us, Khairul.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Khairul.
Great to have you here. So, What are you up to? CP Lions, are you able to train at the moment during the lockdown?
Yeah, currently, after the government announcement, I think we're already back on the field. However, our training is we train in bubble format, so yeah, we have to do separately. Yeah, so currently we are back in the training ground lah. I really have to salute the coaches lah. I mean, bubble training is not that easy to do, so yeah, we are back on the field. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I mean, it must be difficult for them to come up with new coaching techniques and new ways of bringing the team together when you can't actually play with each other, right?
Exactly. I think all of us. I mean, when we talk about football, we want to play two sides and have sparrings and everything, but because of the current situation, we have lesser contacts. So yeah, a bit here and there. We try to make full use of the training sessions and sweat it out. Yeah.
But I got to ask you, what was it like to score a hat trick in the National Stadium in front of all those fans? And it was, to be clear, those of you that haven't seen it, go find it on YouTube. This is not just any hat trick. All 3 goals were from like 30 yards. All 3 of them. What did that feel like?
It was fantastic. Actually, after the third goal, I didn't realize it was a hat trick. Yeah.
You had to go back and count back, yeah?
Yeah, it took me a while. Of course, scoring as the first time scoring at National Stadium itself, I feel very proud of myself. I think for the country, especially in front of my family members, it was great. I once in a while look at the YouTube video myself, and I'm just still like,
Wow.
it gives me goosebumps on how the ball went in. So yeah, I'm proud of it. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff, Khairul. We also forgot to ask him, right, which Euro team he's supporting this year. So who do you have, your bets on?
Belgium.
Wow.
Belgium. Why is that?
Yeah.
I think as a team, they have been very impressive. Even before Europe, they have been building up quite well as a unit. Surprisingly for Lukaku, I mean, after he moved from Manchester United, I think he's been performing fantastic. One of the best strikers so far. I've been keep watching. He's a left-footer. Yeah. So yeah. And as a team, I think Belgium quite well in terms of as a team. It's very interesting how they've been performing so far. Yeah.
And speaking of course Lukaku, let's take a look at your fantasy team right now. We see one Belgian, or rather 2 Belgian players in particular.
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned Lukaku. You have Hazard as well. What do you make of his performance?
But little Hazard, as
Torgan
Abbas
Hazard.
referred to him earlier,
Yeah, the little
Eden's
Hazard.
brother.
So did you make a strategic change, based on recent games?
Okay, for this one, it's fantasy football. It's my first time. So it took me a while to understand it. So first of all, in terms of choosing my team, I of course choose my favorite players lah. One of them is Lukaku. Yeah. So the rest I base on so far how they've been performing and their points. So I did a lot of transfer here and there. So yeah.
You use your wild card this week, yeah?
Yeah, it's very interesting on this, and it tells me also it's not that easy to actually manage a team. So
Yeah, absolutely,
it's
yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
and it's stressful also at the same time. But it's exciting, when you see the results and like, oh, this player is missed out and there. So yeah.
I noticed that you put Shaqiri as well as your captain. He has put in some amazing performances, I believe, for Switzerland. Is there a reason why, you picked him as your captain?
Actually, because of the current game that is coming on, so that's why I put him as a captain. And I'm actually quite surprised. Actually, Switzerland make it through. Yeah. He wasn't even on my
If
list.
they're gonna do anything, it's gonna be Shaqiri that's gonna do it,
there we
right?
have.
I look at.
Actually, I'm not interested in Shaqiri just because of he's a Liverpool player, but he's been performing, so I have to put him in. So yeah.
Manchester United fan
Yes,
speaking
yes.
to you right here. But I'm interested. I look at this midfield and I see Declan Rice and I've played against you, Kai. We've played together many times. We played. My team played friendlies against the CP Lions to get you ready for the SEA Games. Which player in this team do you think that you play like or you aspire? Is it a Declan Rice or someone else?
Actually, more to Cruz. But
You think you're more Tony Cruz, yeah?
Nice. What a
Yeah.
player as
Yeah.
well.
That may not be a good
Yeah.
a good pick right now, but I get you do play a bit like Tony Cruz. I'll give you that one. Yeah. Okay. So, who's your pick right now to win the tournament? Are you still going with Belgium in spite of maybe De Bruyne injured, maybe Hazard is injured? Some questions and a tough game against Italy. Yeah.
I'll try to go differently. I'll pick Switzerland this time.
Oh.
Wow, Switzerland to win the
Wow.
tournament. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Have a Toblerone after that, just to celebrate it.
That may be the boldest prediction since Paul Parker said Turkey. But let's take a look at Ash's team now. And Ash very proud. She messaged me a day or two ago.
I did,
Very
yeah.
proud. I used my wild card. She's getting the hang of it.
Guys,
Ash quite a similar team. Also Lukaku. Also Sheik. But a lot of Italians in there.
Italiano, viva Italia. I mean, I had to because I don't even know again with the way the tournament has been going.
This is where it gets tricky. Your players
Exactly.
go home when they lose, right?
There we go. So I had to use it. Go home and go. Sorry, what do you mean? Like put
Go hard or go home.
There we have
That's
it.
the
Go
one. Go
hard or go home.
Okay.
That's it. So all my Italianos were there. I mean, I've been obviously Locatelli has been there for like a while already. So I'm hoping he actually scores as well. Schick is there. He's been fantastic. I have to admit, and he hasn't had a good season at his club, Leverkusen, right? He plays for
Yeah.
Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. So he comes in this tournament and he just
He's lighting
scores.
up, yeah.
What a player, right? So I had to also add in some English guys. I can't deny. I wanted Jack Grealish in there, but I don't know why I didn't put him in there.
Maybe because he's
But
not
Luke
going to
Shaw-
start anyway.
Yeah,
yeah?
Luke Shaw has been fantastic. I watched him in the last game as well. I had to put in there as well.
And his brother, Rick Shaw.
Yeah. There we What?
But I've actually gone for quite a similar lineup here because I've got Lukaku, I've got Schick as well. I was trying to hedge a little bit because what we talked about, if you overload perhaps, like you've gone for 4 or 5 Italy players, and if Italy are out, to do transfers into the next
It's a
level.
hassle, yeah.
So I was really trying to kind of have the, I think Spain are going to get through. Very confident, so I put a lot of Spain in there. I think England, so a lot of England, and then I tried to kind of balance my Belgium
I noticed that.
and Italy.
Yeah.
You know,
a couple
out,
of Spurs players there as well. I
out
see.
a little bit. And I mean, let's take a look at the table. We showed this last week, and wow, someone's about to break the 300-point mark.
Tayo Cruz,
Consistently
we see you.
scoring 60 points here. Still in the lead, Tayo Cruz. He was in the lead last week as well, so he's still hanging up there. But how are you doing, Kai, in the league? Do you know what your position is? I don't see
Not
you
so
in the
good.
top 10. No?
Not so good. Not so good. Not so good.
It's okay. Maybe you'll
That's
make a late run at that. I do have to say, there's one player here who's actually got 2 teams somehow in the top 10. So we'll check on that one. But you know, Kai, now that you've tried fantasy football, you know there's a lot of fantasy Premier League where you can pick all your Man United players, and you know in fantasy Premier League, Bruno Fernandes is actually a decent player.
In fantasy league.
In fantasy league. So are you now going to be joining fantasy Premier League going forward? Can I get you in my league?
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Nice
Okay.
one.
Well, thanks for joining us, Kai. Really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out. I know you've got a busy schedule with your training and everything. So
Yeah.
great. Thanks a lot. For those of you at home, though, we are going to cut back to OTH. We're going to have our latest ladies challenger, Steph, our number 6 lady, take on the challenge. And stay tuned because right after that, we're going to be giving away some shirts here. Hey, Steph. So, which challenge are you most looking forward to here?
I'm looking forward to the weak pen.
The weak foot pen.
Yeah, the
confident,
weak foot
eh?
pen.
Okay, okay. European Championships. Who's going to win?
I'm rooting for France.
France, okay.
Yeah.
And which player are you most looking forward to seeing play?
Mbappe.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good luck, Steph. Go get him.
All right, let's go.
How do you think that went?
Well, I'm actually kind of disappointed with my penalty, but it's all good. I really love my free kick at the last one. So.
It was a beauty of a free kick, and you had a good crossbar there as well, so some good skills, eh?
Yeah.
Good effort, well done. You scored 50 points.
Yes!
Well done, thank
Not
you for
enough
coming
to
down.
win, but it's okay.
So, great effort there by Steph, and she moves up into the table there, but as we can see, Ernie is still in the lead. We've got 2 contenders left, but Ernie's still out in front in the skills challenge. And stay tuned, don't forget, we're going to be giving away Gareth Bale signed shirt and the Luka Modric signed shirt later in the show. But first, we have a moment that could make television history right here. Ash is taking on the audience challenge this week, and she's more nervous than usual. And the reason is because we have Jaidi here, and Jaidi has been boning up. He's ready to take on the challenge. How are you doing, Jaidi?
I'm doing good.
Hi, JD.
So, how old are you, Jaidi?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. Ash, how old are you?
I'm not going to mention that on camera, but
Slightly older than 12. Let's say slightly older than
yeah.
12. What school do you go to, Jaidi?
I go to Jingshan Primary School.
Okay, primary
Nice.
school.
Which team do you support, JD? Euro and also like Premier League.
In the Euros, I support Portugal.
Oh.
You support Liverpool.
Liverpool fan. Okay, well, one good team, right? At least I won't say which one is which. We'll leave it like that. So Jaidi, you know how it's played, right? You get to pick your envelope. Which envelope do you want, A or B?
A.
He wants A. So Jaidi's going to go first. He's taking
Go for it, JD.
He's taking it to you. So again, these questions, Ash has not seen these questions. No matter how much she tried to bribe me this week, I refused to show her the questions. So 5 questions each.
Let's go.
And there are prizes to be won. And our topic this week is all about the Premier League and the Euros. So EPL players at the Euros and EPL clubs, things like that. So first question is for you, Jaidi. Let's see if you know this one. This may be a little bit before your time, but we'll try. Fernando Torres. Okay, Fernando Torres, ex-Liverpool player, right? He won the Golden Boot in 2012. But which EPL club, which EPL team was Fernando Torres with when he won the 2012 Golden Boot? Was it A, Liverpool, B, Arsenal, or C, Chelsea?
I'd say Chelsea.
Chelsea, C is the right answer. Jaidi takes the lead, 1-0.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
I didn't meet Liverpool. I didn't meet Torres when he was at Arsenal. When he was at Chelsea. So
Yeah.
nice. As you can see, I'm quite nervous now.
Just babbling. I don't know what she's on about. I don't know. For you, question 1. Eder scored the winning goal in the 2016 final. You know that, right? But which EPL team did he play for between 2015 to 2016? It's not multiple choice.
Actually, I have no idea.
Oh dear. Jaidi, do you know the answer? Who did Eder play for when he
Was it
in
Liverpool?
2015 to 2016?
I don't know.
No? The answer is Swansea City. Yeah. No, it's Swansea City. But
Like-
don't worry, Jaidi, you're still in the lead. And Ash is looking more and more forlorn with every passing moment. So Jaidi, back to you. Which former English Premier League star holds England's all-time goal-scoring record
Wayne
with
Rooney.
53 goals? He doesn't even need the multi-choice. It is Wayne Rooney, formerly of Manchester United and Everton.
It's
2-0
coming
to Jaidi. The pressure is back on to Ash. Your question, Ash. John Jensen scored a famous winning goal for Denmark at Euro 1992 and then joined an EPL team. Which team was it? And it's not multiple choice.
I have no idea. Manchester United? I
Do
don't
you know that, Jaidi? John Jensen, which team he played for in the Premier League?
I don't even know.
Before your time. Yeah, I mean, it's like 7 years before you, well, more than that. It's like 20 years before you were born. The answer is Arsenal.
Ooh,
Yes,
interesting.
he went to join Arsenal. So back to Jaidi, who's 2-0 up. This is like the penalty shootout where the other team
It's all
doesn't
good.
score. So Jaidi, your third question. Which Premier League player captained the losing finalists at Euro 2016, the last European Championships? Which Premier League player captained the losing finalists?
Jordan Henderson.
No, not Jordan Henderson. Do you know you can steal this one?
Can you repeat the question?
Which English Premier League player captained the losing finalists of Euro 2016?
The losing finalists would be France, right? English captain. Was it English captain?
No, which English Premier League player captained the losing finalists? EPL player.
I should know this. France. Was it Hugo Lloris?
It was Hugo Lloris.
Ça va, Hugo?
Hey, there's children on the show. No swearing, hey?
Sorry, guys.
Okay, you're back in it with that steal, so it's 2-1, and the question is for you, Ash. You can draw level. Easy one.
I don't think so.
It's really not an easy one, but it's multi-choice. Which EPL team had the most players in the European Championships 2020? Which EPL team had the most players in the European Championships 2020?
Chelsea?
Is it A, Man City, B, Chelsea, or C, Man United?
It was Chelsea, right?
It's Chelsea with 17. And suddenly, just like
Mason
that,
Mount,
momentum has switched. It's 2-2. And we're going back to JD. JD, you need this one. Come on.
Vamos.
Romelu Lukaku. You know Romelu Lukaku, right? Yeah? Of Belgium. He has played for 4 Premier League teams. Chelsea, Manchester United, Everton, and one more team. So he's played for Chelsea. It was multi-choice. He doesn't need the multi-choice. I like that. It's 3-2 to JD. Well done. If you got the last one, you'll get this one. Question 4, Ash. How many members of the France squad play in the Premier League? Is it A, 7, B, 9, or C, 11?
9?
No, it's A, 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
So JD retains the lead 3-2. And his last question here, I think he might get this one. Which former EPL player is the all-time top goal scorer at European Championships? Which former Premier League player? Cristiano Ronaldo. He got it right. So that's 4 points for JD. One question left for Ash to get a little bit of dignity again.
It's all good.
When Alan Shearer won the 1996 Euro Golden Boot, which EPL club was he at? Was it A, Blackburn, B, Newcastle, or C, Southampton?
Wasn't it always Newcastle? No?
I'll give you a clue. He played for all 3 of those teams.
So it's Newcastle, right?
No, it was Blackburn Rovers. He started his career at Southampton. He went to Blackburn, and after Euro 1996, he moved to Newcastle. So JD wins by 4-2. I think that's his dad's arm, and the whole family's in here. Here we go. Ash,
all good,
has won 1 and lost 2.
It's all good. You know, I tend to give away to kids anyway. So.
Yeah, it was. Keep telling yourself that you weren't beaten fair and square. So JD, which jersey do you want? You win a shirt. Which team do you want?
You get to pick home and away.
You get to pick home or away. Yeah, sure.
Can I have the away Portugal kit?
He wants an away Portugal kit. Yeah, you like that light blue color? Yeah, it's a nice shirt. Yeah, away Portugal kit for JD. So,
well done! Well done!
And next week
it's your turn, James. So we'll
again.
see. I don't know which topic it's going to be, but
we will see what happens. So thank you, JD. Really appreciate you taking part, and we'll see you soon, okay? Thank you.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
So a fantastic effort there from JD, and now comes the moment you've all been waiting for. We are going to announce the winner of the Gareth Bale signed jersey. We're going to do the draw right here. What was the question, Ash?
The question was, which Premier League team did Gareth Bale start his career in? And the answer was, of course, Southampton. And of course, we had hundreds of entries from you guys, and I'm going to actually pick them out right now.
There was a 1 entry for Geylang and 1 entry for Lions City Sailors.
I
I admire your creativity, but unfortunately, you didn't make it into the bowl.
Yeah, because we had hundreds of entries from Instagram and Facebook. And James, you're going to be able to draw it.
I am.
Last time I did.
Can we
I'm
verify? call out some of the names just so that people know there's real names in here.
Yep, we've got Digital Nomad69 from Instagram. We've got, I've seen you
You are
guys.
not winning.
I've got Syed Abdullah Noor on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay.
And yeah, great stuff.
People, so give it a
yeah,
good
give it a
shuffle.
Just like when I'm
Just
baking.
to make sure, and Ash, you're not holding your own name in your hand or anything else? No? Okay.
Yes, I mean, I would love to win.
I
you
do
guys.
check. I do check for all of you.
Okay, so James, you're gonna have to close your eyes and pick it out. The winner of our Gareth Bale signed jersey contest in the Euro
Bit sticky.
2020 show. Who is it, James?
Ooh, we have Naztio on Instagram. Can we see that?
Nastio.
Naztazio, Naztio. Is our winner. Congratulations to him/her. I'm not sure what the pronoun is in this case. That's the winner for our Gareth Bale.
Congrats, Nastio.
But we don't just have Gareth Bale. If you didn't win that, you can also win a LUKA MODRIC signed shirt. How do they do that, Ash?
Well, you guys have to, of course, leave the answer to this question, which is which team did Modric score against in the Euro 2020 group stages? I'm sure if you watch the Euros, you would know which team this is. Very easy. All you have to do is just answer in this Facebook post below before 8 p.m. on Saturday,
Before
right?
8 p.m. on
Yes,
Saturday,
we'll
so
be
you've got
checking,
24 hours. Put it in the video comments. Only one entry each, okay?
We'll be checking.
Okay, so there's your chance for this week to win the Modric jersey, but we've got another show coming up for you already on Tuesday night, and I've got to say, one of my all-time heroes, Darren Anderton, Spurs and England legend, Euro 1996 semi-finalist, is going to be here talking with us ahead of the semi-finals, hopefully with England in the semi-finals for that game as well. But he's not the only guest, right, Ash?
That's right. We're also going to be joined by Delwinder Singh, a Singapore international as well as Tanjung Pagar player, in the studio to talk about fantasy football. And what else do we have, James?
We have 2 shirts to give away again on this show. Who we got?
We've got Giorgio Cellini as well as Miroslav Klose, 2 legendary players for Germany as well as Italy. Man, we love to give you guys jerseys on the show. I'm sure many of you want to take part as well, but you got to stay tuned to find out exactly how to win. It's going to be on Tuesday night. I'm excited for this one.
Yep, and don't forget your last chance. Get your comments in for the LUKA MODRIC signed shirt competition. Right now, you've got until 8 p.m. Saturday night to get your answers in, and we'll see you on Tuesday, right, Ash?
That's right. We'll see you. Vamos!